Let's immediately slow here. What elements have we got? I think these are ones that Tidus can protect against. I think we shouldn't worry too much about the regen and the auto life right now. We'll get our chance to dispel, but it's okay. We'll manage. I think keeping everyone alive is obviously more important. So with how high her magic defense is, again, I'm kind of a little bit like torn. Kimari has the full protection here, so I think we'll go with him. Only trouble is, no, actually, I think we're okay. Let's just try this. Okay, this is the full elemental version, so we're here at the moment. So I think now that I have this setup going, actually Rook is ultimately the better choice. In a setup where like you're kind of floundering around and someone's getting killed all the time, or like multiple people are getting killed, then it's a bit different. But okay, so we've completed one full rotation here. Not bad, not bad. So let's immediately desync so we don't, like, let's not forget about that. Let's make that the first move. And now we can dispel. And it gives us a little bit of time to get some things back on here. Wait, auto life did not get dispelled? Did I miss that? Or did I I need to scan here. I'm gonna just scan so I can see what I'm doing again. I mean, can enemies be cursed? Can we even hit enemies with curse? So it's a what, a non-dispellable auto life? That's strange. We're still going to full break. Let's get back into that SOS. Wow, only 399. Holy crap. Yeah, we got a little bit too strong here for our own good. I need to make sure I get into SOS HP like now. Let's throw one of these. There it is. Okay. So now we're going back to full break. This auto life is curious though, that I did not see that coming. Not on the bingo card. Okay, the brakes are back. Can I use one more time? No. This is trouble. Yeah, this is trouble because Lulu's very difficult to put into SOS HP because her magic defense is so high and she has shell. She's also very difficult to hit as well. So getting her back into SOS is actually more of a problem than I thought. And well, I'm going to sacrifice Riku here. Like I can get her into SOS, but it will come at the cost of Riku. So is it worth using a Shadow Gem just to get all of us back? Maybe. I'm like, what else can even work here? At least with auto life, he only comes back with, well, far less HP than original. And then we have to do a final onslaught to take him out. So auto life is not the end yet. I think it's very, very difficult to kill him before the auto life happens, unless you have like a really nice setup with like maybe eaters and that kind of thing. You really just like absolutely pound it. But I'm thinking like it recovers, I think, a quarter of your HP when you come back. And especially, I wonder if with mental, like with Magic Break, it recovers even less. And then you can still bombard him when he comes back. Be curious, I have no idea. I've never seen that before. So I'm just thinking, what is a way to keep everybody in SOS HP here? Sorry. It's much easier than I thought. Bringing it in. I think to help things along, we'll do this, and then we'll hope that 1046. Yeah, even if she gets hit with like a 300, which she did last time, would be enough. So I think we're still okay here. Just about salvaged it. In comes Power Break, only 794. That's good to see. Oh no. Oh no, I made the mistake that I told myself I wouldn't make. We got so lucky there. So lucky. Wow. Holy shit. Whew. Yeah, I think we deserved a lucky break there. That's what I'm gonna say. But holy crap, that was... Yeah. I should have been punished there, like that was the one gap in my armor. I changed to this one, and in doing so I gave up my fire protection. I totally forgot. Such a long time passed in the fight. I knew I'd forget it. The second I changed it, I was like, I know I'm going to forget this. But, oh, shit, man. Yeah. Dangerous. Dangerous stuff. I should have brought some high potions as well. Anyway. I think at this stage we can probably continue rolling. Let's see. I think it's probably worth starting to attack a bit more with these guys. Let's see if Tidus can hit. I think he's only had aim twice. But yeah, I think now we can start to speed it up. I'm going to get Waka in for one more set of aims here. Okay. I think Lulu still does more damage than most of these guys, so I think she'll continue on. Because now, obviously, before the next overdrive, I want to really start to make a move. So let's go for something neutral, like Thundaga. Yeah, see, I can't change and then change back. That's my only issue. And then she doesn't have the MP. So that's what I mean, like, the MP situation is a little bit heavy. I think I might just wait for another Demi Fury. So I'll keep her on the front line eventually. So I think we'll keep going here. Okay. I think what I can do, I want to get Waka into SOS as well, just so I can... If I need to bring him in and he gets stuck out there, I can actually keep things under control. God, his magic defense is horrendous. Okay. So again, anyone who doesn't have an overdrive, this is a good opportunity to charge it, so I'm gonna bring him out. Let's keep going. And we're gonna make sure we try and avoid that counter attack. Now, fire and ice is what we're gonna get hit with, and we don't have fire protection. So again, gotta be incredibly careful here. So Tidus cannot stay in. Let's see. I think we can probably cure Auron at this stage. I don't think that's going to take him over. He's got Shell as well. Just gives us slightly more chance of him like tanking some Magic Break and that kind of thing. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So I'm going to do an Osmos maybe on Seymour himself. So I'll do just a single... No, I won't do it. Does double cast count as 2 hits or 1? In case it does, let's just do 1 Thundaga. So everyone has every element covered. Yeah, that's not great. The Magic Break hurting there. But hopefully some more overdrives. Basically, once he comes back with auto life, I think that's when we're really going to unload some overdrives. For now, I'm happy to Aeon tank Requiem. Good counter. Take all the damage we can get here. Right. So, let's see. I think, again, I'm trying to get people back into SOS, so as long as I have an Aeon shield, I never have to worry about it. So I can kind of survive in this kind of situation. Okay. I think Tidus offers pretty good bang for buck here. He can get some decent damage in. There you go. Yeah, the current setup it's taking, it's working pretty well. So move it along. Then I'm going to do another Osmos on the main body. Okay. Who's the best to bring out here again? I think Waka probably offers decent value here. 1.5 to fire, but I don't have that. Thinking evade and counter, is it nice? Is he a good one to leave out for this next set? Maybe. So let's double check again. We've got ice and we have water. Okay, he does cover both. So now we're starting to motor. Looking better. Now let's Osmos the main man. There we go. That's a decent chunk. Now... Yeah, my worry is that if evade and counter doesn't work... But I mean, if you can... It must work. It has to, because if you can evade it normally, then evade and counter always works. I think that's literally the mechanic, so... I think we're good in that sense. I just want to check, Auron almost certainly must have an armor break on him. He does not. Let me think. Yeah, Waka could go over because his HP is not the best. Still good. Staying patient here. I think I'm gonna make the same mistake again on purpose. Like, I need the extra. I need like the MP boost. So let's go for it. Let's double cast. So let me just also double check. So it's 1.5 to fire. As long as we're getting those 1.5s, Lulu does nice damage. So I think it's worth going for it. Here we go. Does this take me to 6? If it does, it's a very foolish mistake. We'll see. There you go. It's a foolish mistake. The double cast counters 2. But thankfully the punishment wasn't too bad. Like, we can recover from that. If anything, her magic break is gone. So she'll do even more damage. So as long as we get her hasted up again, I think it's not too bad. Yeah, good evasion. Wow. Good work. Okay. So, now we just get Lulu back up to speed. Not taking any chances here. I want to get like the buffs back up as they were before continuing. So, protect. What do we got? Okay, it's still the same. So now I should be doing even more damage, funnily enough. No? Okay. I thought she was magic broken before, maybe she wasn't. Oh, okay. Purify didn't remove magic break, interestingly enough. Fine. Okay. So, we're back at this stage again. Let's see. Just trying to see what the best option is here. Got all those overdrives at the ready for when that auto life kicks in and I want to absolutely destroy him. So we're going to get there, I think. We're on track. Good damage. And I think we'll save the MP, potentially. Yeah, Waka is not the best person to have out here. He's not protected from this stuff. Yeah, maybe I should just use some more MP. I'm just going to do a single spell here. I need to control things a little better in terms of the counter attack. I don't want to be hit with it. Still 80,000, so still a long way to go, but I think in terms of how much we have the battle under control, I feel like we're in a good place. So just keep throwing on all of these buffs since I'm at the moment at least protecting them from being dispelled. It's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, I think we can give it another one. Did we do it again? I'm not tracking. It's funny, I've been tracking everything, but that one I've not been tracking well enough. That's totally my bad. I got greedy there. I should not have done that. I don't think it's like a run end or anything, but foolish. Shouldn't have done it. So, let's grand summon someone else this time. Don't think it matters too much. If even Bahamut couldn't survive Requiem, all of these guys will die. So it doesn't matter too much. Only thing is, I'll summon someone that can actually do some real damage. Like Freet right now. I'm saving Valifor for like any kind of final rush, because obviously Valifor is non-elemental. Let's just double check that I wasn't doing something stupid. Okay. At least the poison damage plus this kind of offsets the big, like, the big regen boost that he gets. So, here we go again. Oh, it starts countering every turn after that. That's kind of interesting. That would have been bad if we died there.
Who will drown in Spira's sorrow?
Yeah, so the overdrive plus the poison damage was already like almost 17,000, and he recovered 18,800. So I think we can live with that. 13,804 damage. And well, that takes me back into the positive now, in terms of being able to keep doing damage. But if the damage is that high, how in the flip do we survive Requiem? That's nuts. So this is one of those situations where it's good to be in a position where we can still defend, because we need to obviously slow him down pretty quickly. So we're still okay. Bit of a scary episode there with Lulu. I shouldn't, like, it's a bad mistake, but in the Karifean mod, like, it's very, very challenging, but you don't have to play perfectly. And I think that's an important distinction with how long these battles are and how many things you're tracking at the same time and stuff. Like, expecting perfection for every single fight, it would be called like the perfection mod and not the masters mod. You can be a master while still not being perfect. So let's bring in Riku. He's down. Okay. Let's get that dispel on. Double time. So running out of MP for Tidus, but hopefully I will pay better attention this time and no one will die. Again, before I forget, I'm just gonna move this guy along. Okay. So gonna get prepared again. So this set me back a little bit, but I'm trying to play it carefully to the best of my abilities. So Null Shock, Null Frost, Null Tide. So again, Tidus is covered here. And I'm going to keep Yuna in the front line again to charge that overdrive as best I can. So now we get the buffs back on. If we previously messed up. And get back down. There we go. The only thing is her reflexes are gone, which is a little bit of a shame. So I'm gonna use reflex with Yuna here, at least one time with her high like base evasion plus 1 reflex. I need to track like which one it is. I don't know if it's set 1 or set 2, but either way, I think I should be okay. Let's see. Also, when you're not attacking on this, the overdrive doesn't go up super fast, so I think it's not too bad. But this is the bad set. Of course, Yuna didn't get hit with anything. That's a little better. Yeah, so even with the reflexes, like not dodging, so that was a little bit lucky again. Okay. So Get some more focus in here. Just thinking, is it worth dispelling Yuna here? It might be. So here we basically almost have a free set of turns. We can just wait. I want to get those reflexes back, especially for Lulu. I think it gives her a great chance of evading those hits. So I think that's 5 cheers, either 4 or 5. So let's see. I can pray with Kimari. Pray's a nice ability like that because it gives you like these little minor kind of tweaks where you can control HP far better than you could before. So let's reflex again. So this is all work I'm having to do because I let Lulu die previously, which was obviously not smart. Now what I need to do, also I just remembered, is put the brakes back on. So to do that, Auron is going to need... So I don't mind using an ether or two in this fight, I mean, it's not a big deal. I think I can pray again here. Or, no. No, you can't. Let's see. I think in the name of rapid turns, we'll do this. Maybe Auron gets an extra crit or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what else I can do, really. Everything is kind of pretty finely balanced at the moment. Everyone has all elements protected. So hopefully this gives Yuna her overdrive. There you go. This definitely makes me curious for Thundarja later on with Dark Ixion. Because that was notoriously, like, it's called Thundarja, but it's non-elemental in nature. Ouch. Huh? Oh, he's able to do that twice? That's insane. So yeah, now with full break coming, hopefully that helps even more and we get over the line. Now, before all that, can we pray now? No, we can't. So what we can do is that. Okay. Yeah, I think this would be a pretty good time to kill him. I need the full break though. Yeah, you just do not want that one going to waste. Alright, there you go. This was the one where I was just like, just in case, move it along one more. Yeah. Okay, I think I've made this mistake before. I attacked once, I did full break, and I did 2 thingies, like hitting the multiphasm thing, so I think I'm alright. Quad 9 damage, let's go. So can we pray now? I think we can. Go. Alright, I'm gonna stop now, just in case. Because it might be, I think it said 6+ attacks. So I think you need to attack it 7 times for it to happen, but it's not a number I'm going to roll the dice with. I'm not that desperate at the moment. Yeah, he counters if hit 6+ times in between his turns. Okay, so we're just going to wait. High Potion just takes it too far. So we've got Lightning and we've got Ice. So he's still okay. Sheesh. So I think I'm going to wait and then we're going to bombard on the next turn. I think that's the plan. I literally don't have any other play. I think everyone's got 5 times cheer. Everyone's done everything. Like, there's not much to do here. So we're going to wait. It's almost time. So, if we pray again, what happens? I think we got enough. I think we'll be okay. It'll be a major fail. Too much of a fail, so I'm going to wait. Double check on everyone's stuff here. Yeah, Karifean has Mental Break. Haste. Orin has Power Break. Yeah, a lot of breaks involved here, but let me bring in Walker. Can he survive this combination? Blaze and Frost. No, he can't. Yeah, I thought I might get an extra counter attack out of him, but it didn't work. Alright, here we go. So getting closer to another crunch point in the fight. Again, I'm just taking things really carefully here. But what's been nice has been basically the fact that investing in these SOS Null armors basically against Natus, I think that was the first time I started to build these, they've carried through. So it's been really nice to be able to kind of use them throughout. So here we go. It's going to be an important time here. Let's see if he if he counters with something really nasty when he comes back, that would be really bad, but we got to just see how this goes. There's only one way to find out here. It's going to take 3 turns either way, I think. I kind of want to see if Osmos works again. Nah, because it might count as an attack against him and we kind of don't want that. So I'm going to use one more ether here. Just want all the help I can get. Pulling out all the stops here. Okay. So we're going to see Auto Life kicking in very soon. Now another check before we continue on. Null Shock, Null Frost, but Waka doesn't have protection, so I've got to watch out. Here it is. The first kill. But then Auto Life brings him back with 40k. And a White Wind. Okay. Fine. But the timing wasn't superb because we now have to deal with... Let's start with, I think, Banishing Blade as a result of this. So get those brakes back on as soon as possible. I need to nail this. I've got my controller plugged in by USB this time. Okay. Nothing weird this time. I mean, I've used this overdrive so many times, I literally can't remember basically ever failing it. It shocked me against Unalesca. Okay, so the scan has come off, which is a bit shit. But he's getting out of there. Now. The only question is... Oh. I think we gotta go for this here. Hold on, does she... I'm thinking again, Demi Fury or Waltiger Fury this time. Maybe Waltiger Fury is actually the better choice. She's not magic broken. I think I'm gonna go for Waltiger Fury. I'm gonna try. I have to assume this will do more damage, so here we go. Oh, why couldn't I get more than 5? It's annoying. I'm rotating it the same way that I always do, but it's not enough. Now, this should do a lot of damage too. Gonna go for this. Like, we're pushing hard here to get it over the line. Let's see if we can. Mental break, protect, frost, haste. Okay, he seems alright. Let's quickly see if Riku... Yeah, she gets an extra turn in. So, maybe worth an extra water gem here. Just to get us even closer. Ah, shit. Again, doesn't matter. I think we'll be okay. It hit for more than I thought, that Purify. It's a bit annoying. But as long as we get there before the overdrive, we'll be fine. And I think we've made it now, so... Didn't quite work out. Obviously with the overdrives and stuff, I just couldn't keep track again of how many times I've hit it. Wait, did he do it? No. I was going to say, did he win with the counters? That would have been insane. Okay. Yeah, this worked out really badly because the slow is gone. And I actually don't have the MP to hit the slow. Wow. What a shambles. Right at the end here. It's just a shame that the scan information goes. Like, I would have liked to have seen the situation. Of course, Waka's Scout doesn't have... this one doesn't have a sensor. Okay. Let's try and navigate this. I got so close to the end and I kind of flunked it slightly. I can definitely win, but I'm just trying to win with everybody intact. Just to make life a little easier. And this is where Riku dying is a problem because like no one's fast enough now. And well, leaving Auron in the front line in that sense was also not ideal. So we can't do this because obviously we're going to get hit with Ultima, so that's the absolute main thing we have to remember now. Do not let yourself get hit by Ultima. What's the best way out of this? I think something like this. Yeah. Problem is, if Auron dies here as well, that's going to be an absolute screw up right at the end. Yeah, I think the fight's won, but I might have made a silly mistake and... Nice bit of extra damage there. Okay, hold on now. Let's revive Riku. And try and do this with a full house. Yeah, not knowing how much HP he has is the annoying thing here. I've been juggling around just trying to think of what's the best way to handle this. Let me see. Because I can take it out, I just forgot in terms of the AP, like if you don't take an action in battle after you're revived, do you not get anything? Or... Because basically otherwise I can use one more haste on Riku and maybe get her in. I don't want to use the Chocobo Feather. But I think I just have to win the fight and just see what happens here. Yeah, maybe if she receives an action here, would be enough. I did not see that coming. Alright, I'm not screwing around anymore. I can't be bothered. We're going to try and win here. Let's go. What's the best way? Because we have to do it now, otherwise auto life is coming back. So... we're going to try Flare Fury, I think. There it is. So if Riku gets no AP, that's going to be annoying, but like right at the end I did my best to get her some, but we'll see what happens. There we go. Seymour Omnis. Seemed like absolutely horrendous at the start, and all it took was using Silence Buster one time and just like getting over that first set of moves, and we gave ourselves a chance, and that really changed everything. Absolutely huge. Oh no. Are you actually serious? I'm playing in windowed mode and it says Final Fantasy X not responding. No. No. Don't do that. That never happens. Is it cutscene remover? Shit, man. I'm literally waiting in case something happens, but I think it's stuck. No. It's not something that I can't fix, like it's fine, but come on, man. What if I close cutscene remover and open it again? Like, can it somehow know where I am and just skip through it somehow again? It just says main loop, entered, boss fight, Seymour Omnis. But it's not skipping anything. I guess I'll never know. Karifean will have to tell us if Riku would have got MP or not. What I can do, thankfully, again, this is where far playing and stuff really helps. I can load up the fight again, give Seymour 1 HP and just win the fight, and then go from there. I can't do soft reset. I can't do anything. It's completely locked. Yeah, maybe this is already in Karifean's notes that it can cause crashes at this particular point, but I didn't know. Frick, man. Okay. Sorry, bit of a weird anticlimax there. I have to fire up the game again. God damn it. Okay, funny because this is the team that I end up with anyway. But yeah, here's what we can do. We can drop Seymour down to 1 HP. And then we can find out what happens. Because obviously Riku wouldn't have taken a turn in this fight, so it kind of works out the same in a weird way. So yeah, here's take 2. That's such bullshit, man. If I knew, like, if this was back in the day on PS2 and some shit like that happened, I'd be crying. Like, having to do all of that again. Oh man. Whew. So literally, like, thanks to technology, within a minute, we're already back to where we should have been before.
Now, Yuna, send him!
Right!
So, it is you, after all, who will send me. But even after I am gone, Spira's sorrow will prevail.
Sin will be right behind you.
Another one of those quick lines. Sin will be right behind you. Okay. 60,000. And well, everyone... I think I have the thing open. That's why it wouldn't have mattered. Whatever. Blessed Gem. Petrified Grenade. Tetra Shield could be huge because Tidus and Waka especially have not received any armors, basically, that have been significant. And we have entered the place with my favorite name, whole game, the City of Dying Dreams. Yeah, it's a bit of a funky end there, just like with Riku dying when she shouldn't have, and like the game crashing and all that kind of stuff. But we made it through. So that was, as of this point, as of recording at least, the first kind of win by someone other than Karifean on the latest Seymour Omnis tweak. I think, in that sense, like, as I've been saying, I think it was a great fight because it rewarded you for using like the SOS elemental customization in the past, and so you saw like how powerful they were there. If you could cover all 4 elements with SOS, that was kind of like half of the work done, or maybe like 70-80% of the work done, and then from there it was just kind of mostly juggling and being careful about how many times you attacked him and all that kind of stuff. So it basically left you a lot more room for error. I think if you do not have, let's just say theoretically you don't have any SOS null armors, because the extent of like the kind of tetra and the penta, I can't imagine you'd really get by just using like, I don't know, null shock from Yuna or something like that. But I think it could be doable. Like if you're really kind of, you have your heart set somehow on playing like no customize, or for whatever reason you don't want to, etc. You could probably sacrifice one person as being like an eater, and then potentially using that person as some kind of special tank. Like there can definitely be things done, and there might be some exotic strategies and stuff. But I think it was an interesting fight in terms of he really comes at you with absolutely insane moves. Like the first set of 4, they are absolutely crushing moves, including Ultima. So that first time that I saw it, I was just like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do here? But then obviously figuring out which of the Mortys is responsible for what, desyncing the one on the left. So these are the kind of things obviously require like a little bit of thinking. It's not like crazy difficult, but kind of stringing all of that together and then having the right preparations and then battle management throughout, where you're careful and you keep you calm, you attack when you're supposed to. HP management was more of a thing in this fight, I think, because the CTB was almost always under control, because you could slow Seymour, and he didn't seem to have a way to speed himself back up really, other than literally after the overdrive. It was more so me making sure I had everyone's HP under control. I realized that the physical attacks can miss, so 5 times reflex, sometimes using Auron as a tank for those, evade and counter with Waka. So I think you can use your counters really effectively in this one. Like you could really build, I think, some kind of just like win purely on, say, poison and counter attacks kind of strategy. Definitely seems doable. But all in all, I think it was a nice set where he didn't, again, a bit like Pbirdman. I felt Pbirdman just went a bit insane on this one. I don't know how it ended up in the end, like in any future tweaks, if he changed anything. But this one, I think it's manageable in terms of reading what's going to happen, because just having like 2 defined sets, I think is nice. And then once you have enough elemental protection, all you really need to look out for is the physical attacks, making sure you have the HP to survive, and making sure Ultima isn't going to happen. And so for me at least, once I kind of overcame that first hill just by using silence that one time to give myself some breathing room and some turns to actually set up, then you could actually start to observe the fight a little bit more and see what was going on. And thankfully I had the armors to see it through. So 3 characters I think I had. No. I think at least 4 of my characters, I think. Maybe 5. Yeah, I think 5 of my characters had protection against all the elements, SOS nulls for everything, as long as I had the weapon equipped as well for 2 of them. And I think it was only Tidus, maybe? Yeah, I think it was only Tidus who needed to actively switch, and Waka was in the worst position because I think sometimes even if he switched, depending on which 2-element combo was there, he just couldn't defend against it. But as long as we got our buffs on there and we kind of, you know, made sure we were ready, it was good. Rook overdrive mode, like for once I kind of guessed right. I knew I'd be working a lot with SOS nulls, and so I thought, well, Rook seems a good strategy. Obviously that's where you can kind of make all the Tetra and the Hepta spells pay back. If you have the right protection, you can really get a huge overdrive boost, and being able to summon those shield Aeons against Requiem was obviously big as well, because you saw like Ixion got hit for like 13,000 damage or something crazy like that. So I don't know how exactly I would have handled it if I couldn't summon an Aeon shield. And I think if I'm like suggesting one thing to Karifean, if he watched that and for whatever reason he thought, nah, I need this to be harder, probably the only thing I would say is forcing the player to deal with Requiem. It sounds horrible, it sounds brutal, but at least having one turn, so maybe make his overdrive charge a little more slowly, but in return force players to deal with at least 1 Requiem on their road to a win. Maybe 2 tops, but 1 would be ideal. So kind of a little bit like Seymour's Flux's Total Annihilation and Cross Cleave combo. Kind of don't let players get away with summoning a shield, but if he's happy with it, then I'm happy with it. I always like to try and suggest at least a little something that could potentially make it even more difficult if that's what he's after. Because I think most tweaks that he's made in general, they have headed a little bit more towards making it slightly more difficult as he's watched more and more players take it on and obviously find their ways through. And if he spots like a common theme, like for example everyone kind of blitzing Seymour Flux out with overdrives before Total Annihilation happens, then he tries to kind of step in and obviously at least force players to survive it one time. And so yeah, obviously with Flux you can't survive Total Annihilation because of Banish, but this one, because Banish doesn't happen, you're able to basically nullify Requiem completely. So that's the only thing I would say. Other than that, awesome fight, way better I think than the original, and I'm just very glad to have made it through without too much pain. Like the first, I think 3-4 attempts we rattled through really fast because that first set of turns is just so insane. But literally the first time I really sunk my teeth into the fight, we managed to see it through and grab the win despite a few little mishaps. But I would say it went pretty well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And now we have a final set of random encounters. Thankfully this path is relatively linear, so it's not like the Sea of Sorrow where there's like chests like really off into the distance and you're not too far away from a save sphere. So I think this one should be okay. And in the next session I'm going to be making the final kind of path towards Brass's Final Aeon, and then we will see if we can complete this game and make the credits roll. Very much looking forward to it. Hope you are continuing to enjoy it. Please continue to drop your likes if you are enjoying the content. It really helps. And for this series, the likes have been really, really on point. I think the premiere format really helps, and people obviously actively encouraging others to like and that kind of thing. It's been a good vibe. So thank you all, and I will see you for the next set of random encounters where we're going to be facing off against, again, the absolute most difficult stuff we've faced up until this point. We've got like Demonoliths. We of course have the Great Malbro to come. We have the Varuna potentially. We have Barbatos. So it might need a few repeat attempts to even get to Brass's Final Aeon. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Take care.